Hello, Princess on a Pillow here. I am here to do a review slash recap with my opinion on 90 Day Fiance Before the 90 Days, Season 7, Episode 9. It's titled Things Fall Apart. Let's get started. Let's see. The first couple is Vanya and Bojo. She missed her connecting flight, but the airlines booked her another flight, and she still has not heard from Bojo. So she went and got something to eat. We're waiting on her flight, her connecting flight, and called Bojo, and he finally answered the phone. She let him know that she missed her connecting flight, but she'll be there soon. She is happy now that she's heard from him. She's hoping that when she comes back to the States, she'll come back with a ring on that finger. But we know the man does not have a job. She's not coming back with no ring on nobody's finger. Okay? So 4 hours later in Croatia, Bojo is, he looks like he's packing. What's he packing for? Is he going to stay with her at the hotel or what? I don't know. But then he found a plant in the trash that he plans on giving to her. And Bojo actually has a car. I don't know if it's his mom's car or if it's his aunt's car, but he's driving a car. So he goes to the airport to pick her up. And when he sees her, he yells out her name and she drops everything and runs into his arms and hugs him. She said she wanted a kiss, but for now she'll give him time. So they're driving, and instead of taking her to the hotel so she can take a shower and rest and relax, he's taking her to a cooking class. A cooking class. That wouldn't be me. After traveling for hours and hours and hours, missing my flight and have to wait for another flight, and now you take me to a class? No. I would need a shower, a meal, and a nap. Not a cooking class. I would tell him, how about you go to the cooking class, and I'll take an Uber to the hotel, and I'll see you tomorrow. I will see you tomorrow, okay? He's inconsiderate. He's inconsiderate. She's been flying for I don't know how many damn hours. People like that I don't have time for. He's inconsiderate. So they get into the place, into this cooking class, and they're playing with dough. They have on aprons, but we didn't see them put on the aprons, so I hope they wash their hands, but they just didn't show them washing their hands because they're playing with this dough. So after they're done cooking or baking or whatever they did to that thing, I think they baked it. They're standing around eating and drinking wine, and the other couples asked them, the other couples are asking them questions, and Bojo told everyone that him and Vanya are just nice friends. Vanya said, "What?" She said, "No, we're not." She said, "I didn't come all the way from Orlando. I didn't come all the way from Orlando to be your friend." And then Bojo said, "No, I'm kidding. We're actually married. My ring is in the car." He's trying to save face. He's a jerk. She's pissed. So they go to her Airbnb, and it's nice. Her Airbnb is nice. And she gave him smashed up cookies. Then she gave him air car freshener with their faces on it. That was a weird thing to give him. And she wanted him to stay with her at the Airbnb, but he said nope, and he left out. I think he's afraid of her. Yeah, I think he's afraid of her. Next up, we have Renee and Chatty. Renee's at the hotel. She said it's the worst day of her life. She said the entire family ganged up on her. She said she thinks it's the end of their relationship. So if it's the end of the relationship, why don't you just take your ass home? Go back to the States. She said she wants to leave, but something is holding her there. She's holding out because she thinks Chetty's going to come give her some sex. Come to the hotel and give her some sex. That's why she's holding out for some sex. Chatty said everything is ripped to shreds. And he said he's heartbroken. He said her lack of respect for his family is unacceptable. But he told his brother-in-law and sister that he wants her back. He said he has compassion for her and he wants to be there for her. His sister said Renee has a war mentality and she does not believe in harmony. She said, she asked Chatty if he would give up his family for Renee. She said she will support any choice Chatty makes. Next, we see Renee at the hotel washing her clothes in the tub. She said her and Chatty has been texting. She said she invited Chatty to come to the hotel to talk, but he has not come. She said she is listening for a knock at the door, but she ain't hearing no knock at no door. She said she can't figure out why he doesn't like her anymore. Maybe it's because you cussed out his sister. You yelled and screamed in his sister's face, disrespected her house. Maybe that's why. Next, Chatty meet up with a friend. He told his friend that Renee got upset with his sister and left the house. Chatty said Renee yelled and cussed. He said she yells and cussed over the phone, but he didn't think she would do that in person. Why did you think she would do that in person? When somebody show you who they are, believe them. He told his friend that Renee said horrible things to his sister. He told his friend that he loved Renee, but he cannot put up with the yelling and the cussing. The friend told him to let her go. Let her fly away. Let her go. Chatty finally texted Renee and told her that he's coming to see her the next day. This stupid ass Renee, she is so happy that Chatty is coming to see her. This heifer went out and bought lingerie. I thought she wanted him to come over to the hotel to talk. Why is she gonna talk to you? Why are you gonna talk to him in lingerie? This heifer went out and bought her some lingerie. He said he can't see it, but it's lace, and when he touch it, he gonna feel that it's lace. Girl. Okay, Tiger Lily and Adnan. Tiger Lily is back in the States. She has been back in the States for 2.5 months or 2 months. She said she is leaving the next day to go to Turkey. She's not going to Jordan this time. She's going to Turkey. Her and Adnan, they're going to meet in Turkey because there's some stuff going on in Jordan that they don't want to get caught up in. So Tiger Lily said Adnan has been controlling. She goes to see her hairdresser, and she can't hug him because if Adnan finds out, she's in trouble. So she gave her hairdresser all her sexy clothes. And at least she's trying to please Adnan. She told her hairdresser that she's having problems with Adnan. She said Adnan does not want her to see her chiropractor. Her chiropractor is male. And he saw a video of how a chiropractor touches his patients. And he does not want her chiropractor touching her like that. He also wants her to have all female doctors. She said she had gotten upset with him and he had called her and she didn't take the call. And he had a hard time breathing and had to go to the hospital. He tells a different story. Her hairdresser thinks that Adnan is trying to manipulate her. Tiger Lily said that this trip is about baby making. That when she goes to Turkey to see Adnan, they're going to be concentrating on making a baby. Tiger Lily is on her way to the airport to go to Turkey. She said she has a lot of issues to discuss with Adnan. We then see Adnan. He is talking about not being good with Tiger Lily's chiropractor touching her all over. He said it makes him feel sick. He said he gets angry and he has to go to the hospital to get medication. She had said the reason he went to the hospital to get medication and got upset was because she didn't take his phone call. He's saying the reason he got upset is because of her having a male chiropractor. We don't know. He said she needs to get all women doctors. So Tiger Lily, she's on the plane, and then she saw a steamy photo. I don't know if it was a photo or a video of Adnan. She told him to delete it. He said no. He said, I'm a man. It's okay. I don't have to delete it. I'm fine. She told him, you're disrespecting your wife. So now she has another issue to discuss with him when she sees him in person. See, she said she is not putting up with this crap. And she shouldn't have to put up with that crap. Next, we have Matilda and Niles. Niles gave Matilda the bad news. He can't marry her this trip. She's upset and she's crying. They are in the van on their way back to the hotel. Niles asked her if she ever heard him say he wanted to get married on this trip. Matilda said, are you joking me or what? Niles told her that he told her many times over the phone that he did not want to get married on this trip. Niles is an effing liar. Effing liar. The whole time he was in the States, he was sweating, saying, I need to tell her that I don't want to get married this trip. I need to tell her I don't want to get married this trip. Even when he was doing Uber Eats delivery, after his delivery, or during his delivery, in between one of his delivery, he got on the phone and called her and said, let me tell her. And he chickened out and didn't tell her. So he did not tell her. He's a freaking liar. He's a liar. So even the producer called him out on his lie. The producer said to him, that's not what you told us. That's not what you told me. And then the producer said, why would she plan a wedding if you told her that you did not want to get married on this trip? Now he's called out. He's talking about he's going to blame it on his autistic, on being autistic. He said, I just don't have the social skills. Now just admit you're a liar, you're a deceiver, and you're a charlatan. Just admit it. So they get back to the hotel. In his confessional, he admit in his confessional that he didn't come clean with her. Then at the hotel, he apologized to her. She asked him, when are we getting married? He told her he will do the knocking ceremony and everything else, but not get married, but not do the married part. She asked him again, when are we getting married? He told her that when he gets back to the States, he has to check his schedule and plan everything out, then make a decision. No, what he means is he has to work double shift, double hard in order to get the money together to afford this wedding. That's what he means. He can't afford a wedding. That's all this boils down to. So he apologized to her again and promised to come back and marry her. She said Niles is breaking the tradition and she hoped his mother will accept him. Next up, we have Ingrid and Brian. Brian went over to Ingrid's house to meet her mother. Ingrid is cooking lunch for them all. The father can't make it because the father is working. Brian doesn't think that the father wants to meet him. He thinks the father is lying, that he's not working. He doesn't want to meet him because he's in a wheelchair. Ingrid said in her confessional that her father did use the excuse of working because he did not want to meet Brian because he doesn't approve of dating on the internet. She said she had to beg her mother to come meet Brian. Ingrid's mother came over and Brian gave her a hug and a gift. He gave her this big, ugly, huge pocketbook. He's trying to bribe her to like him. So then Brian is doing all the talking. The mother ain't talking. He asks her if the father was really working. She goes, yeah. And then he asks her what the father does for a living. She said he sold rice. And then he told her Ingrid may come to the States to visit him. But the mother is barely paying him dust. Then she gets on her phone. She's ignoring him. Brian said the mother is cold and has no emotion. He said he doesn't know if it's just because he's in a wheelchair or it's because he's from another country. He always throws out wheelchair, and he always thinks people don't like him because he's in a wheelchair or he's disabled. The producer asked the mother, what is her impression of Brian? She said, nothing good. She said, nope, nothing good. Then she said she does not want to eat with them. And Brian says she has the audacity to not want to eat with them. What do you mean she has the audacity? She choose not to eat with y'all. That's her choice. She don't want to eat with y'all. She ain't going to eat with y'all. And I don't like Brian, so I'm not going to be on Brian's side. I'm going to be on the mother's side. I don't like Brian because I don't like that he expected sex on the first night with Ingrid. I don't like that he lied to her and told her he was independent when he's not. He had her putting in his brakes in the car and doing everything for him. I don't like how he said when he comes to Brazil, the first night he has a woman. That's an insult to Brazilian women. Like they're just all over him, an old man in a wheelchair. Come on. I just think he's a liar. And I don't believe what he said about his ex-wife. He said, the first story he told about his ex-wife, he said, I think she hired these guys that carjacked me. Then, next time he told a story, he said she did hire these guys that hijacked him. So get it right. Did she hire them or did she not hire them? And I don't like that he got angry because she told him no to oral sex. I don't like that. I don't like the fact that he didn't have a condom. Did he expect her to just do him raw? I just don't like Brian. And he always blamed his disability or his wheelchair if something goes wrong or if somebody don't like him or if somebody don't want to do what he wants them to do. I just don't like Brian. So the mother refused to even sit down with them. She's not even that she's not going to eat with them. She ain't even going to sit down at the table with them. Ingrid said she's embarrassed, and Brian, he's just pissed. He think that he has a charming personality and everybody should just automatically like him. And if they don't like him, it's because he's disabled or it's because he's in a wheelchair. The producers talked with the mother, and the mother said her issue is Ingrid dating someone from another country. She said Ingrid is their only daughter and she has to stay close to them. So after they ate, Brian told the mother that him and Ingrid, are going to take a trip to another city. And the mother said that he is lucky that Ingrid's father is not here because he would not allow Ingrid to go. And then Brian said, Ingrid is a grown-ass woman with 2 sons, with 2 kids. She should be able to go anywhere the hell she want to go. And I agree with him right then and there. That's the only time I've ever agreed with Brian. So then Brian leaves, and he's amazed at how rude her mother is. Last but not least, we have Lauren and Faith. Faith and Lauren goes to an island to swim. They swam, and they had a good time. Then he gave her a foot massage. I love a foot massage. Oh, I love it. Faith asked Lauren about working when she... Faith told Lauren about working when she was 13 years old to help support her family. Lauren made her a bunch of promises talking about he wants to help her and her family. He asked her if she is going to tell her family what he did. She said she don't know. She might as well tell them because they're going to see the show anyway. Right? Right. Well, that was the end of the episode. This is the end of my review. Thank you so very much for watching. Princess on a Pillow here. Bye.